Because Hindus are actually monotheists.
Because each of them has to believe in one God, right? So technically.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. We left off discussing the hadith about أمرت أن أقاتل الناس حتى يقول لا إله إلا الله. And we had, what did we say last time? That I've been ordered to fight the people until they say La ilaha illallah. And we said that why is this not ikrah? Why is this not forcing? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says La ikraha fi din, that there's no compulsion in the religion. In this hadith that the Prophet ﷺ is ordered to fight until people say La ilaha illallah, these seem apparently indirectly what? Contradictory. So we said that, what did we say? What did we talk about? Because Uthman and Alberto, they had contention with what I said. So I went back and I looked at what Khattabi had to say about what if you mentioned anything along those lines. And you guys said that it was unique. It was what khas lil-mushrikeen, right?
Of Quraysh.
Of Quraysh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. One aspect of it is the argument that Ahlul Kitab said La ilaha illallah.
Absolutely. So, but what did the rest of the narration say? So that's actually the point that Imam Khattabi mentions. He says that this is actually special for, or unique for,
The Middle East area?
Not the Middle East, for the Saudis?
Yeah, for the Saudis are something right there.
Well, actually, we talked about that Sunday with Jonathan Brown.
Uh-huh.
He went through this, he was like, oh, this meant...
Yeah, he's on that opinion too.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
So what about the Byzantines,
yeah.
the Romans, or Persians? They're not Arabs.
They weren't Arabs, yeah. They were Majus, yeah.
It's okay. You can understand it with
You can understand it both ways. So the thing is, like, if you take it saying that I was ordered to fight the people until they say La ilaha illallah, one of the arguments is that they take just this portion, right, and they say, okay, this is where the Prophet ﷺ was ordered to fight, just those people who didn't say La ilaha illallah. And in the Arabian Peninsula, who are the people who didn't say La ilaha illallah? The Quraysh, right? Well, not just Quraysh, right? The mushrikeen in general. So, but if you say this, because I'm guessing the argument is the Prophet ﷺ, he said أمرت أن أقاتل الناس يعني هذا لام لل what was it called? No, what is it called? Yeah, الناس, because you have the lam للتعهد. No, lam التعهد basically means that this, even though it's a specific, it's a group of people, it's a group of people that is specifically intended. So you can have this group of people that are specified, and who are those group of people? The argument is that they were Quraysh, right? You can argue that they're mushrik, but over here Imam Khattabi, he doesn't say Quraysh. He says the mushrikeen amma. Right, in the Arabian Peninsula. So that the understanding can be taken from that. The problem is the hadith goes on, right? It doesn't stop there. He says wa yu'minuna bi, that's part of the hadith. Another one that says ashhadu anna Muhammad, anni Muhammadar Rasulullah, right? In like wa iqam as-salat. So he goes on and he mentions all of those different characteristics. So that's why I found the explanation slightly problematic. But he says here, قال الخطابي رحمه الله تعالى معلوم أن المراد بهذا أهل الأوثان. Right, so over here he says that the intention behind the people that is being discussed here are the pagans, the idol worshippers. He says دون أهل الكتاب, but the people who aren't intended to be fought are the أهل الكتاب. Also, but he fought أهل الكتاب, but he didn't fight them to the point that what? Right, that they had to accept Islam. So, like I said, I think both understandings they merit they merit a way to understand the hadith. Not tafadhal.
I was thinking about Surah Tawbah.
Yeah.
We look primarily at the Quran to try and understand the hadith, where it's like
sure,
giving the warning. Okay, after this time, mushrikeen, get out of here.
Yeah.
And
لا يدخل فيها أبدا. Yeah.
So.
But the problem is, like, if you talk about Mecca, it's not just the mushrikeen who are ordered to leave.
Quran.
Yeah, from the Quran. Or who is ordered to leave Mecca? I'm not talking about Medina. And even Medina, there's no similar prohibition. So you're arguing that Ahl Kitab can come to Mecca.
No, I'm ordering their hurma relative to the mushrikeen is based on.
Oh, you're saying
can take it from the
you're saying there are layers to
Tears.
their tiers. No, I mean
Right,
which
right,
is fine.
evidence
Because I'm saying even the dhimmi, for all intents and purposes, we use the term second class citizen, right? We use it a lot, but what is a second class citizen?
Has the main privileges, but not the ultimate.
Right, he doesn't get all of the privileges, and this can be problematic in a political, possibly even an ethical discussion. But second class citizen is usually used by outsiders, right? People who want to attack like a specific group or a specific political structure. So now, and we could use that application even here today. So for example, now we have people who are in the United States illegally, right? So what are the solutions that people have come up with? Right. So one is just give them citizenship, right? Yeah. Right. The other one is or create a path to citizenship, right? So what are some of the possible solutions of creating a path to citizenship?
One is blanket amnesty. One is paying.
Right. So blanket amnesty, right? That's definitely one. And what does blanket amnesty mean? Meaning that as long as you're in the country, you get citizenship. Right. You get citizenship. And why aren't people okay with that?
More people come.
Because it encourages more people to come, and because essentially, if I'm coming into the country without following procedure, what am I doing? I'm breaking the law, right? So
I'm creating a dangerous.
Right, and you're creating a dangerous situation because now, if you're just letting people in, they're coming in without any type of filtration.
Yeah.
Yes, right. So there's no distinction between who's coming in. And there are arguments both ways, right? So you have a lot of people who will argue that the people coming in are what? Coming for a reason. Right. Well, everybody's coming for a reason, right? Nobody's coming here. Nobody's just wandering in like, oh wow, this is America, right? You know, right? Some people are desperate for sure. Some people, and not just that. Are there people who have good intentions when they come? Yes, right. And there are people who have what? Bad. No, they're not. They don't exist, right? You only have good intentions who come. Like everybody who comes to America is very sincere. That's why it's such an amazing country, huh?
Some of them bring drugs.
Okay.
So there's
No, they don't. What are you talking about? Get out of here. That's false.
Drugs are not bad intentions.
Drugs are illegal. So we have to understand, like, we look at a lot of these things and a lot of these concepts, like the second class citizen, for example, like the dhimmi, which is usually how it's described when we talk about the person who lives under Islam. And what is a dhimmi, essentially?
Oh, it's like TPS. Temporary protected status.
Is there a non-Muslim that lives in a Muslim country?
Non-Muslims who live, yes. So Egypt has a very large Christian population. Jordan has a very large Christian population.
Is that what you meant by
a dhimmi?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a dhimmi is basically a non-Muslim who lives in a Muslim state. Because the other thing that has shifted and changed through the years now is, in order for me to be a citizen of a country, how is it different than what would happen in the past? Like during the time of the Prophet ﷺ, how would I be a citizen of the Muslim state? Right, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Right, I would say that I would declare my shahada, and the second condition would be what? Well, all of those things, those are secondary, right? But I'm saying, like, what other thing would I have to do?
Yeah, but you need like a tribe to like back you up politically.
Well, the tribe, that's what the state is supposed to do, right?
If they join the military?
Not well. There's no standing military at that time, right? They still had the draft in place.
Yeah, at the prophetic.
Right, bay'ah is definitely for sure, right? That's the main thing, is the bay'ah, is the pledging allegiance.
Wait, no, I thought in the prophetic period it was a volunteer army.
But it was always a draft, right? So he ﷺ would be the one who'd be like, he would have people who would volunteer, and then there are sometimes where he would say, okay, no, we all have to fight. Okay. So that's very contextual.
Okay.
Saying that, you have to understand that. So they'd have a bay'ah system in place, and